Hello everyone! So this is a video that talks about 50 expressions in your daily conversation in English. So if you would like to enhance your conversation skill in English, do not forget to subscribe to our channel Englishvit and watch this video until the end. So if you are ready, let's start with our first expression. The first one is what's cooking? What's cooking? What's cooking or what's happening? You can say this to your friends the first time you see them, for example. Like, what's up? So, what's cooking? What's happening? And when your friends say that to you, you can say, well, we were just talking about blah, blah, blah. We were just talking about blah, blah, blah. So, we were just talking about the game last night, for example. And you want to get someone's opinion on something, you can say, so what's your take on that matter? What's your take on that matter? What's your take on that matter? It is very similar to what do you think about this particular topic? So what's your take on that matter? You can also say, what's your opinion about that? What's your opinion about that? So that is the topic that you've discussed previously. So what's your opinion about that? This is more direct way of asking. The next one is something that is more formal. You can say, I'd like to hear your thoughts on da da da. I'd like to hear your thoughts on. For example, I'd like to hear your thoughts on the initiative that he shared yesterday. So it's also very similar to asking, what do you think about blank? You can also ask, I'm interested to hear your opinion about blank. I'm interested to hear your opinion about blank. It's very similar to the previous one that I shared. So now when you want to politely share that you disagree with other people, the first one you can say, I understand what you mean, but I understand what you mean, but blank. And then you can share your thoughts about that matter. For example, I understand what you mean, but I don't think the new regulation will support new mothers. The next one you can also say, I see where you are coming from, but I personally find blank. I see what you are coming from, but I personally find blank. Or you can also say, I agree with you about blank. However, I don't think blank. And then you can start sharing about your opinion. Or in a more direct way, you can say, I'm afraid I don't agree with you on that. I'm afraid I don't agree with you on that. In this sentence, the phrase I'm afraid actually makes the sentence itself a little bit more polite. Now, when you want to say that you agree, the first one you can say, I'm with you about that matter. I am with you about that matter. I'm with you. Okay. So I'm with you is kind of saying that I agree. We share the same thoughts. I'm with you about that matter. Less formal than that, you can say I can't agree more. I cannot agree more. So when you contract those, you say I can't agree more. Even less formal than that, you can say I know, right? I know, right? For example, someone says, the service in that restaurant is not very good. So you can say, I know, right? So it means you agree with their... The next one is when you want to ask about what someone did in the past. So what someone did in the past. You can ask, did you watch the game last night? Did you watch the game last night? And of course, you can change the word watch and the word the game with other activities that you want to ask, okay? So did you do blank last night, or did you blank and then in the past, okay? So did you watch the game last night? You can also ask, what did you do over the weekend? For example, today is Monday, so you can ask, what did you do over the weekend? It was in the past. So now is when you want to interrupt a conversation. The first one is you can say, sorry to interrupt, but I just remembered about blank. Sorry to interrupt, but I just remembered about blank. A little bit more formal than that, you can say, excuse me, but can I jump in this? Excuse me, but can I jump in here? You can also say that. Or you can also say, excuse me, but can I add a point here? Excuse me, but can I add a point here? That is when you interrupt a conversation because you have idea to share. You can also say, do you mind if I add to that? Do you mind if I add to that? You can also say, sorry to interrupt, but blank. Sorry to interrupt, but blank. The blank you can fill in with your thoughts or something that you want to share with the group. So this is the first part of the 50 expressions for your daily conversation. Don't forget to watch part 2. See you later.
Englishvit. No more theories. Let's practice.